Alright, I haven't done a video in a long time now, or say a while. And I'm recording it on my little Kodak camera. So please bear with me and the picture quality and sound, okay? So here we go. I've never done this before, but I'm gonna fucking try it right now. A band review. Alright, so I'm next to my collection, so I'm gonna pick the band out. Since yesterday, I've been recently getting back into listening to a thrash metal band from the part of the retro thrash scene by the name of Merciless. Released two full-length albums, one and demos and shit like that. And recently they've been on hold for a while, and I'm guessing Dan Holder, the guitarist, is I'm guessing has written some songs and is gonna go into record shit for him. So here right now, it's in my hands is Evil in the Night and Realm of Terror. Two albums that are now out of print due to the fact that Heavy Artillery Records was then, I'm guessing, in a partnership with fucking Earache Records, and so Heavy Artillery Records are no more around, so a lot of their stuff is out of print and very hard to find now. Rare though, and prices can be either sometimes from very pricey. So I got this at a good time, and it was brand new, just fucking cracked, asshole. This right here I had to get used, and this was bought after Heavy Artillery Records was no longer around. The thing with this, before I get to all that shit right there, here I go in and get another one out, since they were on a split, that Heavy Artillery Records. It was the reviving of the old classic metal compilation from the 80s, Speed Kills. And so they had released one under there with new bands called Speed Kills again. Here it is in my fucking hand. Look at that. I got this also after Heavy Artillery Records was out of business. The only two songs they put on here was Merciless Death, not a cover song. It would have been kind of cool if they covered the Dark Angel song. And then is a Tombs of the Dead. It's a different recording compared to the one that was on this album, Realm of Terror. It has the same production as the one on Evil in the Night, though maybe just the drums probably sound a tad bit more punchier. I'm not fucking sure. And also the vocalist Andy Torres is actually starting to sound more like he would sound on this album, Realm of Terror, just a little more, very more gruffy, instead of sounding like fucking Steve or what, from Exodus. Now, since I got that shit out of the way, I don't know, I had originally downloaded the album Evil in the Night back in 2009 or 2010. I think 2010 or 11. I'm not fucking sure. The thing with this band is this album came out in 2006 and it was released under their own, but they had 100 copies pressed. Those sold out in very, very quick, according to Dan Holder, or Andy, I can't think who says, since all three of these members, I think, were all interviewed at the same time in 2007, when Heavy Artillery Records decided to reissue the album. And plus, the original pressing that was released by the band had different artwork. Once it was reissued under Heavy Artillery Records, they got Ed Repka. You should know if anyone here that listened to thrash metal back in the 80s should know who the fuck Ed Repka is. And plus, some of his artwork is definitely he has done some artwork for some of the retro thrash bands and shit like so. So definitely, it's not bad. It's like very similar to the other artwork, which I'm guessing has been said that rumored that Heavy Artillery Records took their artwork and sent it to Ed Repka to see if he can take his own on the artwork. So, yeah, just zombies going after a woman. Yeah, very fucking original. Even though nothing against Ed Repka, I like his artwork. He's a good artist. Okay, music. Very typical, not very typical like Exodus, Slayer, Worship. Not bad. Not great though, and fucking Andy Torres sounds like Steve Zazuch. And the clock's under 25 minutes. This should have been either an EP or a fucking, maybe a demo. I'm not sure. But 25 minutes is, Larry! No! My dog. Or my family's dog. Fuck. It's not bad. Not great, so it's very average at best. Now, the two tracks that were provided to the Speed Kills Again comp, Merciless Death, sort of very typical, like almost like a leftover from Evil in the Night. Not bad though, but it kind of starts with an intro. Something that will be more present on their Realm of Terror album, which I will get to. Okay, so Merciless Death, typical of their Tombs of the Dead. Maybe even though it was played even before the Evil in the Night album was ever fucking released or recorded, it isn't bad. I haven't heard the first version of the song, like the first recording, to compare which one is better. But now I will get to Realm of Terror. I bought this album before I bought Evil in the Night. And I got this when Heavy Artillery Records was still around. And it was brand new. You know, if you can see, there's fucking cracks. And the mailman was jerking around with some of the shit. Asshole. Okay, the music. I've been with this since 2000 fucking 11? I think let me look at my Salt City when I bought that. Yeah, 2011. I had that fucking CD since late 2010. I had this for on. I've listened to it a few times. Something just didn't click the first time. Somehow the production Caesar Torres' drums I kind of thought were a bit too loud. But last night I put this motherfucker in my CD player and this time it clicked. It actually seemed more focused than Evil in the Night. And plus it actually seemed more serious. It's like, even though it still kind of had the same rhythm and everything, but it actually seemed more memorable. And plus some of the intros and stuff, whatever for it, is actually fucking cool going into it. And the artwork, not zombies, and they got Andreas Marschall, who was best known for doing artwork for Blind Guardian, the German power metal band. And this CD all around is actually fucking good. Definitely a step from this mediocre album. And even the artwork. I think the artwork looks more biting, actually. It actually seems more menacing a bit. Just look at that. Even though kind of did, but at the same time, it looks like that you're going to listen to a death metal band. Hell, this whole CD itself sounds like that they're bordering on death thrash metal. Not like the first album, it was like Exodus Slayer Worship. Like Rain and Blood mixed and bonded by blood. What the fuck? This whole album itself just seems like very much a step up. The riffs, actually, if it wasn't for this fucking production and its overly compressed sound, this would actually would have been. I really would say that this is definitely a lot better than Evil in the Night, and I hope that they continue in this sort of style, but take it but progress a bit more, like make it at least fucking maybe 40 minutes long or something that actually for a time like that you can add more into it, you can put more effort into a record if you got it under 40 minutes, but don't have it where it drags out completely and bores the listener to death, like he's willing to just he wants to fucking turn the CD player off and just say, this is fucking boring. No, I don't want that. Right here, 28 minutes, step up from 25, but still, it just leaves you more to actually want to hear. That's what I think what this band was more I think, really going for was the shorter, I'm guessing, the better, since it will leave the listener wanting to play it more. Like, he wants more of this type of music. Nothing against that. But when you look at some of the older bands back then, Metallica, Kill 'Em All, their first album, sure they had a slew of demos before it, but it was like around 50 minutes. That person was still left wanting more. Slayer, they had their albums on around 30 minutes long, and it still left the listener wanting more. Nothing against 20-minute albums. If you're going to do it, make it a fucking EP. I don't want no 20-minute long albums anymore. I want something around 30 or 40 minutes. Hell, at least go as far, maybe 50. I'm not sure. But to conclude, if you're getting into any of, if I was going to recommend a Merciless Death album, if you want to check them out, I would say at least start with Realm of Terror, and then maybe go after the Speed Kills, maybe, or the Evil and I. Even though if you get the Speed Kills, you get 2 songs by Avenger of Blood, 2 songs by Enforcer, 2 songs by Toxic Holocaust, 2 songs by Hatred, and 2 songs by Warbringer. It's a split. So you're going to get a few other bands as well along with it, and hell, you might find them even better than Merciless Death. I'm not fucking sure. But to conclude this, I forgot to mention that Speed Kills was also released on LP, which, if you got the LP copy, you also get a bonus 7-inch, which has 3 more songs by both. I'm not sure who was on it, but I think that there was 1 song by Hatred, another song by Merciless Death, and I think another one by Enforcer. So you got those. The Merciless Death track was Genocide. Another song, even though I listened to it on YouTube, it was like, again, another leftover from Evil and I. Not bad, maybe just a tad bit weaker compared to fucking to the track Merciless Death and Tombs of the Dead. But anyhow, Merciless Death, not a bad band. I hope the next material is actually a lot more consistent this time, because they're not bad musicians. If they can put put more effort in the Realm of Terror album, if they had did all that, then I'm guessing their next album will be even more of a step up from the other two. So there you go. Merciless Death. Not a bad retro thrash band, but not the best. But there's potential there. Alright. See you next time. Maybe next week I might